How's it going, everybody? I wanted to give you a look at my new 2022 setup. What I got here is a D'Acquisto Lone Wolf Custom Gear .5 and 3 tethered 1 sticks, Gen 2. I tried to run a saddle for a few years and I liked that system. It was nice and compact and lightweight, but I could just never get comfortable. I had a back injury and I've had some knee injuries, and so when I would try to sit up against the tree or lean, you know, I was always uncomfortable. I always felt like I was shifting weight and that I was going to get busted. Now, do I think I ever got busted? Maybe once or twice. I think a deer looked right at me, but it was kind of weird. Like, you know, everybody says that you blend right into the tree. Well, that's kind of what it seemed like. It was like they didn't know I was there. But anyhow, I decided that system wasn't for me a while ago. I went through 3 of them, I sold it, and now I went back to a Lone Wolf hand climber, right? And it was basically a weight issue. I'd much rather have the slung seat of the Lone Wolf full climber, but for me, I'm always trying to cut that weight because of my back. So what I did was I got this system this year, and the reason why I waited for like 2 years to get this is I kind of knew from the get-go when it came out and it was brand new that eventually they were going to have to go back to the drawing board and make some changes for the whole system. You know, Lone Wolf went back and they found that their edges and stuff were too sharp. Tether went back and found that they were having failures with the glue on the step. So I just kind of waited for that to all level back out and people to not be so, you know, rampant about getting the stands. I had actually ordered a .5 about maybe almost a year ago, and I ended up canceling it because I was into my season and it was nowhere to be found. I was not going to get it anytime soon, so I knew if I went to the off season, you know, summer like it is now, I'd pretty much get whatever I wanted. Now, I didn't know about the sticks, right? That was the one unknown, and for a while I was going to get the custom gear double steps because they integrate with that stand so well. Well, when I looked at the price, I was like, are the tethered sticks fixed yet? Are they ready to come back out? Because they weigh the least amount. If I'm going to spend this kind of money to redo a stand system again, I might as well get everything as light as I possibly can. My whole theory with only running 3 sticks now instead of 4, which I have 4 Novix sticks and I've got 4 Hawk minis, is that if I want to run those other sticks to get high, I could. But I kind of looked at like Cody and how he thought and said, you know, the height's not really important, it's the cover. And it reminded me of a hunt and a stand that I used to go to back when I was first getting into archery, where I found 4 pine trees that came up in the middle of the woods. And inside of that 4 pine tree setup was this little oak, you know, about the size of a basketball. And I could go up that in a climber. And as long as I didn't get too high, I could see just over the top of the trees and I could shoot to the deer just over the top of the trees. When they would come back from the fields in the morning, it was like they didn't even know I was there. And it was because I had the camo. It wasn't because I, you know, was 40 feet in the air and had screwed up my shot angle. So, you know, with this little tiny platform, I'm thinking to myself, do I want to be 20 feet? I've been 20 feet with a small platform before. The very first small stand I had was a lock-on limit. And it only weighed like 7 pounds as well. But the problem with it was it had this bar that went across the front of the seat and it would dig into the back of my ass cheeks. And I could only take that for so long. The one other thing that I thought about when it came to picking a stand and building a system this light was that most times when I'm running and gunning, I'm only going to be in that area for like 4 hours. If I'm going to be there regularly all the time, I'm going to hang a stand. I'm not going to take this thing. Why would I punish myself? I mean, yes, it's light, but if you're going somewhere all the time, you might as well just put the stand up and just keep coming back to it. It's quieter than any kind of running gun system. I know people like to say, oh, you can't go in and hunt an area multiple times, you'll hunt it out. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to me, especially with where I hunt, that there are only certain places where you're going to find deer. Should you go there and hunt every day? No. Should you rotate through? Sure, right? And I'm a guy that works all week long, so I don't have time to hunt every single day, nor do I think I want to hunt every single day. I'm not the kind of person that's gonna take off the whole entire month of November and hunt 5 states. It's just not who I am. I like to hunt, but I don't love it that much. So I've got my setups for when I think I'm pretty solid on an area, and now I've got this, and I've got my Lone Wolf hand climber, and I can just kind of go wherever I want, whenever I want. and not basically break my back the whole entire time I'm in and out of the woods. So that's why I picked this system. Let's go ahead and weigh it quick, and I'll show you what it come up with, and then I'll let you go. So I got the Rapala zeroed out. Let's hook it up. I've done this now 3 times, and 10.3 ounces is about where it seems to hover. It's up and down in between there a little bit depending. It's not perfect, but let's just call it 10 pounds 3 ounces to be fair. There it is. If you're gonna get one, summer's the time to build it.